Hello, hello, hello. I came across several unbelievable stories this week that I just had to share with my community. Stories about trying to steal $600,000 from the stimulus check program while running for mayor. Spirit Airlines kicks off an entire family over a 2-year-old taking down her mask during snack time. And I'm going to tell you about how monkeys are now playing video games with their brains. If you like hearing trending news and crazy stories, then you've come to the right place. So make sure to give this video a like and be subscribed to the channel. Okay, before I jump in, I just want to thank today's video sponsor, Mr. 1920 Soap. I'll tell you more about them at the end of this video. All right, now, while millions of us were waiting for our stimulus checks, one woman named Kelly Prathers in Ohio was too busy to notice because she was so focused on trying to become the mayor of her small town. Well, with the lockdown putting a pinch on her wallet and losing her mayoral race, she needed some money. So she created all the necessary documents to justify asking the U.S. government for $600,000 in PPP stimulus money. She wanted $100,000 for each of her 6 struggling businesses. However, she started working with multiple banks, and as they started looking at what she was doing with each of them, they discovered that she had asked for the same amount of money 6 different times. So they all rejected giving her money, except one bank said, let's give her $19,800, tell the FBI, and see what happens. Well, after giving her some time to spend the money, the FBI started tracking her spending and interviewing people close to her. They found out that she had routed over $10,000 to an ex-boyfriend to go buy her a house in the country. She also spent close to $9,000 on nail salons, hair salons, trips, and eating out. She was living like a queen on taxpayer dollars. Well, sadly, the whole scheme caught up with her, and based on the amount of money, she now faces up to 30 years in prison. Ouch. Well, maybe she'll become the mayor of her local jail. All right, now Sri Lanka held their Miss Sri Lanka beauty pageant this week, and a beautiful woman full of talent was crowned the new queen of Sri Lanka. Only soon after she was crowned and finished with her speech, the former year's winner ran up and grabbed the crown off of her head. Only the crown was firmly connected to her hair. She pulled and pulled and pulled, slapped other women's hands away, stripping this woman of her crown and her dignity. The former winner announced that this woman could not be a good Miss Sri Lanka because she was a divorced woman and would set a bad example being queen. The woman ran off stage crying, and the runner-up was then crowned on live TV. However, now the 2020 winner who ripped the crown off of the new winner's head has been arrested. And the winner has been crowned once again after it was confirmed that she was not, in fact, divorced. Oh, man. Well, I guess this beauty queen's first order of business was to behave with grace under pressure while she was humiliated on live TV in front of millions and millions of people in her country. Pretty crazy. All right, now speaking of humiliation, earlier this week, a family was kicked off a flight from Orlando to New York City. While the flight was in operation, the Spirit Airlines stewardess told a family that they would be kicked off the flight if their 2-year-old refused to follow the mask rules. Well, during snack time, this 2-year-old took down her mask to feed herself a snack. This was 100% within the rules of Spirit Airlines. However, an argument broke out between the stewardess and the family, and then an argument broke out between the stewardess and the surrounding passengers as this woman who was pregnant tried to put the mask on her 2-year-old while wrangling her son who has special needs. And the husband was saying, "What are you talking about? We're just trying to get home. It's a 2-year-old. It's a 2-year-old." So they kind of went back and forth, right? Well, then other passengers started defending the family, saying, "It's fine. She's not breaking the rules. Your own rules say during snack time we can pull down our masks." So they kept telling the stewardess, "Leave this baby alone and quit making a molehill into a mountain." Well, eventually the family was removed from the plane. However, dozens of passengers complained, left, and defended the family, and ultimately the family was allowed back on the flight with a little bit of understanding that a 2-year-old might not be able to keep a mask on for 4 hours. So here's my question to the community. Should this family have been treated this way over a 2-year-old struggling with her mask? Or was the flight attendant out of line? Let me know. Who's wrong? Spirit Airlines or the family? Let me know in the comments. All right, now let's get our feet back on the ground for this next story. A rancher in Washington state pled guilty to having thousands of ghost cows in order to steal over $244 million. Now, he wasn't running a ghost tour showing dead cows or alien cows or anything like that. Rancher Cody Easterday, a cattle rancher in Washington state, concocted a plan to milk hundreds of millions of dollars from the Tyson Food Company and other large food groups. Mr. Easterday had made some very bad financial decisions and was $200 million in debt based on lying to stock market companies about future cattle that he could deliver. He simply didn't have any of these cows. At the same time, Mr. Easterday began working with Tyson and had contracts and down payment, and also Tyson had given them money to feed thousands and thousands and thousands of head of cattle. Only at some point you have to deliver the cattle to Tyson, right? When the day came and Mr. Easterday had no money and no cows to show, he knew the scheme was up. Sadly, he now faces 20 years in prison for mail fraud, and Tyson is out hundreds of millions of dollars, all because of ghost cows. Ooh, that is spooky and scary, especially if you were Tyson. All right. Now, lastly, the company Neuralink, which is owned and created by billionaire Elon Musk of Tesla, believes that they have figured out how to move objects with your mind. Neuralink has been training monkeys to play video games. They then, through a surgery, implant a microchip into the monkey's brain. The monkey then continues to play the video games while the controller and the microchip talk to each other, learning the monkey's moves and the monkey's impulses. The game controller is then removed and the monkey plays the video game with its mind. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is the future. This is sci-fi. This is crazy. Okay. Now, the hope is that this technology will give people with cognitive disabilities, physical disabilities, or amputations the ability to control objects and move them with their mind, thus giving them more independence. Oh, isn't that crazy? It used to be just a few years ago that it was humans playing monkey games like Donkey Kong, but now it's monkeys playing human games. Boy, this might be a great weekend to revisit the movie Planet of the Apes. Isn't this crazy news? Oh, I love sharing these unbelievable stories, and I appreciate you guys giving these videos a like. Now, did you see any of these trending stories this week? Or were they new to you? Let me know in the comments. Also, which story shocked you the most? The stolen stimulus money by someone running for mayor? The family kicked off the flight because of their 2-year-old's mask? The ghost cattle? Or monkeys playing video games with their minds? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Now, if you like hearing crazy stories or learning about money and investing, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel and please give this video a like. Also, I would love it if you would share this video with someone who would love to hear crazy stories. All right, now before we go, I want to introduce you to one of my giveaway sponsors. My wife and I are giving away over $2,000 in prizes and cash. I'll make sure to leave a link below. But my friends at Mr. 1920 Soap, they have the best soap on the planet. It's the only thing I use now. I've had several people in the community say that it helped them with their dry hands from washing their hands so much during the COVID lockdown. Also, people that have psoriasis said that this soap has helped their skin be healthy again. So anyway, go ahead and check out my friends at Mr. 1920 Soap. I'll leave a link below. And they're awesome. My favorite is this oat milk honey. It smells so, so good. All right, as we go into the rest of this weekend, I just wish to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.